morning, Metal Gear Resurrections! On this episode, I'm joined with Adam, aka Mr. Cropes, of Adam and Sam at the Disco. And as always, our intro and outro is by Fingers. What would you like to go by, like Mr. Cropes or...
Oh, you're fine. You can just call me Adam. You're good.
Adam. Okay, I wasn't sure.
I hope you're all right.
All right, Adam. Let's see. Because... how'd you get started with the series? Let's get started with that. Let's get that out of the way.
Same as a lot of other people. That Pizza Hut demo disc. And I cannot deny the amount of times that I played through that thing. So that started it. Like, that was the start. If you had told me that there were other games on Nintendo at that point, I probably wouldn't believe you, because my family ended up buying like a boatload of Nintendo games from like not a movie gallery, like a Mega Video back in the day. So we kind of cleared their stores on Nintendo games. Never ran into Metal Gear, so it really was that. It was that Jam Disc. I guess Jam Disc was the official PlayStation magazine, but yeah, it was the Pizza Hut one.
Nice, yeah, because a lot of people have come across that, like, relatively like close to my age. It was the Pizza Hut demo disc that got it started.
Right.
And for me, I never came across that, so I was
Wow.
a little jealous that, like, you know, like, oh, I didn't see it. Like, I remember like the demo disc the magazines used to come out with, and I'm pretty sure it was on one of them, and I was just like, I think my friends may have had it, and I just didn't come across it. Like, I finally came across it like on Funkoland, where they used to like have like displays of like what was the hottest games. People come in and try them out and play them, and hopefully purchase them. So that's how I got introduced. I was like, what the hell is this Metal Gear Solid game? I was like, what's a PlayStation? Because I was like a Nintendo kid growing up. So a lot of like that for me. It was like, I think I was on like N64, and I was like, well, I'm getting kind of bored of like being Mario and having to save the princess all the time. Like, I want something like for like my teenage self. Like around 98, I was like 14, and I was like, I kind of want something that speaks to like me growing up and towards my adulthood, like going into teenagedom. And I was like, when I came across it was like no game I've ever seen before. It's like you have like cinematics, you have voiceovers, like the characters have voices.
Right.
Yeah, and it was nothing like, you know, like Mario had a voice, but all he said was like Wahoo and like, it's me, Mario. It's like okay.
I think for me as a kid, especially, you know, we've now established the age difference. So I was 8 in 1998. Can I cuss on this podcast?
Yeah, I put explicit on all my episodes.
All right. Well, I knew that you were, but sometimes you get the host privilege. So yeah, I was 8, and it was like nothing I'd ever seen before.
Okay.
And we were Nintendo, like, and when I say Nintendo, I'm talking the NES. We never graduated. So
okay.
So finally getting to play something that felt different, like you said, it was kind of mind-breaking at the time. Like you're used to NFL Blitz or Resident Evil, which Resident Evil kind of lives up to that in some capacity, but it didn't feel like a cinematic experience.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like terminally games at the time was like, what do you got, like Medieval, and you had like Spyro.
You got Medieval, Spyro, Crash, Tomb Raider, like the first Tomb Raider. Yeah. And even no matter how hard they could have tried in that, like it was never going to live up to this sort of cinematic thing. Yeah, that was still just striving to be a pure adventure game.
Yeah, like I think they were just like trying to like compete with Nintendo and like try to like make their own mascot for PlayStation at the time. But yeah, like, you know, for me, like I was in high school and like it was just me and this other guy. Like we were the only ones that played Metal Gear Solid. It was like a graduating class of like 2,000 plus people. It was only 2 people that actually played the game throughout like from being a freshman to a senior, and just like playing it. Like I think we only got to like to 2 for like 2001. But like it's like, you know, there was nobody else. Like no one else like heard of it. No one played it. Other people be like, "Well, I'm gonna play Metal Gear Solid." Like I'm gonna play Siphon Filter. And I was like, "Okay, it's like kind of
if you want to be a spy game." Oh man, there was Covert Ops, I think it was. Have you ever heard of that? Like there was the one on the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
that
like,
tried to kind of bridge the gap between Resident Evil and Metal Gear, but never lived up to it. It was more of the survival horror aspect of running back and forth and find the key. Of course, you're not running back and forth to heat or cool a key card, but it was probably the closest of that era that actually matched up to this kind of niche.
Yeah,
but it played more of like the Steven Seagal B class. And we know how self-serious Kojima takes himself sometimes. So he couldn't do that full blast.
Yeah, and you can kind of see it like when as soon as you put the game on, like it goes into like a cinematic, and it's like basically like you're watching a movie,
right?
Going into it, and it was like it was reminiscent of like the Hunt for Red October. Like we start off with a submarine scene kind of thing, and I was just like, from then on, I was just hooked. You know, I was just like, the series like caught me and just like never let go. Like I continued on, even though it's like it's non-existent right now, unfortunately.
And I remember, back in the day when we actually had manuals, being able to read through the Metal Gear manuals. That and like Grand Theft Auto, the PlayStation 2 set, when they actually made good manuals. But I mean, the Metal Gear ones, man, you'd flip through and you'd establish yourself in that world.
Yeah, I was gonna say like each one was like giving you kind of like a peek into like what was going to happen and the control schemes. It got better like with each iteration, other than like 5, which was just like your standard variety like manual. Just to,
here's your buttons.
It had nothing.
And that's it.
And also, like if you have seizures, like watch out. If you have epilepsy, you'll get a seizure, possibly. Kind of warning thing, but. All the other ones like had like neat little like comic books, like kind of like introducing like control schemes and like story as well. So, and the first one had like basically like, everyone's like sort of like it was a kind of like a dossier, like had a little like information about like their biography background,
right?
Most of them, and like you can go into like the lore of it like online now, but like back then it's like it wasn't like that like it is now.
Yeah, the lore that you would get back in 98 or early 2000s was you would go to GameFAQs, look for your guide, and then you get whatever your guide writer instills in their guide a little bit.
Exactly, or like maybe sometimes like you'll get like a kind of like a post review kind of like look with the games, the magazines. They'll like talk a little bit more about it, but once it's like out in the stores and like once to review it, it was like there was not really much to go back to.
No,
if they had to, like, unless it was like the fans were like, mailing to their editors saying like, we want more coverage of this and that kind of thing.
Yeah, we're not from the age of Metal Gearpedia, things like that.
Oh no, now it's like super like in depth, like online with like the fandom wiki kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, like I wish I had that. Like, man, I would have been like on that. Like, I would have literally printed all that out as a kid, like just like reading it nonstop. But like, I had the manual, and I would literally take that to school with me, like on the bus, and be like, I'm gonna read this, like while I'm killing time, waiting to go to school or come back home, kind of thing. But, it's like I was gonna say, like like is any games like that you didn't enjoy very well, like kind of like messed with you? I'll give you an example, because like for me, I enjoyed all the games except for like Rising, because for some reason my brain doesn't compute the control scheme.
Yeah.
So I can't figure out like the parry system very well. And I just like end up fucking up and like dying nonstop. And it's just like one of those things where it's like I'll go back to it after I take a month break from like basically dying, and just like I'm pissed. I'll go back to it later. So, like any games like that, like your first initial try as you're like growing into the series.
Peace Walker is it, and I recognize why. I mean, it comes from being a bite-sized Metal Gear.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And a part of me, it still lives in the generational gap. Like it lives in the new generation where you're used to using your hand like a claw and hitting all these different buttons. But at that point, I wasn't ready. And it's one of those. It's like an albatross of the games that I just keep going back to, because obviously everybody loves it. It's got the best story, so I'm told. But a part of it just feels new while being archaic.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I think it was the PSP, and it didn't have like the dual analog sticks. It just had like that
Right.
one little nubby thing like on the bottom, and you feel like
Yeah.
you would break it if you like really like hit it hard or like move it around
Right.
hard. But I think you know what is like probably everybody enjoys it now is because it was kind of like re-released with the HD collection, the Legacy
Yeah.
collection. So now you can play it with like a new control scheme that feels like like right at home, like how it should have been.
Yeah.
Which is
I should go
yeah.
back. I mean, it's it's nothing holding me back aside from
Mm,
time and past impressions. I
yeah.
could get you with Rising. I mean, Rising was another one of those. It was. It's not a. It's tough to say. Here we go with
Yeah,
controversy.
yeah, yeah.
It's not a Metal Gear
Mm,
Solid. It's not a
yeah.
Metal Gear game. I mean, you have to learn a whole new life
Hmm.
basically if you want to play that. I'm not. I loved it. I took it for
Yeah.
what it was, but
Mm.
yeah,
It's like
that game is wild.
it's like maybe if they like said like Metal Gear Presents Rising Revengeance kind
Something
of
like
thing,
yeah,
not call it Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
right.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword because like you know what, when it first like was like first promoted, it was a completely different game than what we got,
Yeah,
and I kind of wanted that. Like I wanted that game that they were supposed to like do.
right.
Like, yeah,
I wanted Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 4
yeah,
in this. And as
exactly.
much as it's not like
Hmm.
that promised us that same character, the same one that's doing break dancing with geckos, and as much as he does that, it's not the same tone.
Hmm.
Kind of originally, whenever they marketed, yeah, like you said, you were gonna be in that universe, and this
Yeah,
it it feels like it went a right turn, and then or a right
yeah.
turn, and of course, Platinum took over,
Hmm.
full stop. So then you've got a whole new whirlwind of mechanics and perspective.
Yeah, because like now, like after time has passed and everyone's like probably like either gotten out of their NDAs or they don't work for the company anymore, they start talking, and it's like one of those things where they had a vision, they had an idea, they had a control scheme and a gameplay setting where I don't think the technology like was there for it yet. Like they were running a lot of
Right.
issues, burning a lot of cash, and they were just kind of like that's it. Like get someone else to like make this feasible and get it going because we spent so
Yeah.
much on it now.
Right. I remember the unease back then
Mm.
when it went from Metal Gear Rising
Mhm.
to Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like to be a part of that whole fight, like a part of that, to be part of the like the video game zeitgeist at that time, like
Mm.
what are we doing and where are we going?
Yeah, it's kind of like that kind of thing was happening. Like, because, every game past like Metal Gear Solid, it was supposed to be like the last one for the person who was like the man
Yeah.
behind it, like Kojima, like it was supposed to be the last one. Like, all right, two, last one. All right, coming back for three. Three is the last one.
Right.
Four, now definitively the last one.
Yeah.
And every time he tries to pass it off to somebody, I would find like stories like people were getting death threats. They were getting mailed like I'm gonna kill blah 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 if you don't get this person back in the
Right.
helm. And I was like, why don't and that's what probably like what stemmed like this whole divorce at the end where you spend so much money, daddy's upset. He wants to
Yeah.
get the credit card back
Yeah.
kind of thing, and you just get like an ugly like split where it should have been kind of
Right.
like it should have been like a ceremony where like all right, he's leaving us, he's graduating onto his own project, but he'll forever be like our top employee and creator for this company kind
For
of thing.
sure.
Yeah.
It's like daddy left for milk and cigarettes and then the kids locked the door while he was out. Is
Yeah.
essentially how this feels. Um
Mhm.
yeah, man, that still is insane to this day, that all went down.
And you know what, I wasn't like totally attentive like on social media at that time. I was just getting like people I know who like are fans, or like they'll tell me like this is happening, and like for some reason like Kojima's like vacation was like being on social
Monitored.
media, but like
Yeah.
why are we talking about someone's vacation? Like who gives a crap where he goes for vacation?
Right.
It's like who gives a shit? And like during vacation he gets like, all right, now he's canned. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
It was just like, I don't know, it's just one of the things where it's like nobody would know until the only people that knew are like they're on separate things now. Like he's on his own projects. And
Right.
Konami's like re-releasing every other franchise and
Yeah.
series they have other than the Metal Gear Solid franchise. But like, you know, I would say like what would be like your game that you enjoyed the most from the series?
Oh God. Five on gameplay, and five
Yeah.
on gameplay for sure. But I have so many memories with the other ones, like, and that's where it's tough to really pick. Like,
Oh, I would say you could put like a list if you want. You don't have to say like my number one is such and such.
it's tough because two came out. I had the Prima guide for two.
Okay.
My family knew I was in the two, and like they bought me all like a set of action figures at that point. I had Fortune and Revolver Ocelot, and I had a Liquid Snake, which would have came from back then. And then they grabbed a Solidus, and like Solidus actually had articulated tentacles, so that was pretty cool. But then I remember like beating that on New Year's Eve night. Like all the adults are asleep. I'm the only kid in the house, and like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm fighting Solidus. This is unreal.
I was
then,
go ahead.
But then like 3, I had, here's a little perspective for you. I went to like a school that my class was 150 people probably, but there were a solid few. So I had like a pretty solid foundation, and I keep on having to laugh at myself a little bit for just saying the word solid again and again. But like I remember getting to the Sorrow fight, and I called a friend, and I'm like, "What the hell do you do?"
Yep.
And then he said it. I'm like, "Of course. Why? Of course it is." But then 4, man, like 4's good. 4's good. To me, I know what it is. It's fan fiction. It's fan fiction by the creator. But if you saw, Final Fantasy when it was made, it was meant to be SquareSoft's final game, and it seems like Kojima just every game was his Final Fantasy. So, and did we need everything tied together? No, but borrowing a friend's PlayStation 3 and his copy of Metal Gear Solid 4 specifically to play this game lives in a time and a place. Like I borrowed that, and I borrowed that to play that from this friend. And when I returned his PlayStation 3, I accidentally sent my copy of Brokeback Mountain with him. So you kind of tie all that together. And like it's a pretty solid, but it's tough,
Well,
so
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I keep cutting you off
because. I would say like you're not the only one. Like there are people who like they played 4 originally when it came out. I was gonna say
when it came out.
When it came out, sorry, they played 4 when it was like when it came out, and they're like, oh, it's just so many cinematics. There's just like too much, and every once in a while like they'll go revisit it, and it seems to like have grown with people. Like they're actually starting to appreciate it, probably because there's no other games. It's like if you go back, revisiting it as an adult versus like however age you came out when it came for that one. People have like said like I actually enjoy it now. Like I understand like the story, like what they're trying to tell me. Like it was a lot. There's a lot, like all these little like strings going everywhere for every single character almost.
Yeah.
But I'm in like in the same boat where it's like I didn't hate it when it came out. I wasn't like like oh god, this so many cinema scenes. I gotta like put my controller down, like and just chill out here. And I enjoy that moments because like it felt like a break. Right. Because like in that game, like you would get like a psych meter where like if you were just too much into the action. Old Snake would get like you would start feeling it, like he would shake or like vomit violently, and it's like I was kind of feeling like that as a player, going like, well, there's way too much happening on this screen. It's like I need a break from the action. It's like I got guys climbing off walls, like, and they're not stopping. There's like it's like just keep coming. I'm like oh yeah, I'll kill these 2 guys, and that'll be the end of it, and I'll like be able to roam around here and like check the surroundings. Like, nope, here's another two more guys coming off that
Right.
wall. But for that game, like, I enjoyed it. Like, it was fun. It was a good fun.
Yeah, it
I
was.
mean,
Yeah,
I would have been okay with that being like the last one.
I think a lot of us
Yeah.
would have been fine. It added the crouch button, like
Exactly.
everything that we all had desired for those past games. It finally gave it to us, and the whole marketing scheme up to that point, man, was just. I
Oh
remember
my
being
God.
a big E3 guy, like rest in peace E3. Here we go. But those trailers were just
Hmm.
excellent. They were fucking fun. Kojima knew what he was kind of doing through a lot of those. But then, a lot of them went from that in-engine Metal Gear Solid 3 trailers, and then you start to kind of shed the skin a little slowly over the years, and then you actually see Old Snake, and it starts in the Afghanistan section. You're not really wanting to believe what you're seeing, but that was the direction it went. Man, that game's a hoot.
Yeah.
I wish it could make the generational jump, and it probably never will. But
Yeah, I think because like there's so much like cross promotional material within the game
there is
and licensing that's like I think they gotta strip it to like a lot. Where like,
Yeah.
instead of an iPod, it's gonna say like music player or something
Right,
like
yeah.
that. Instead of saying
It'll be
like, the PlayStation 3 6S controller, it'll probably say like generic controller or some crap like that, whatever system you're playing
right,
on,
yeah.
kind of thing.
I mean, because that's what's gonna that could throw it off for like a platform jump for sure. Because obviously Xbox doesn't offer anything, and PlayStation still kept up with some level of motion, whether they intuit it into their games or not. But they still know that it's there and a possibility. But yeah, it's not like you can really say, Snake, shake your dual sense controller and you're playing on a Series X or something like that. But yeah, it's a hoot, but they keep on relying too heavily on that PlayStation 3 Cell processor.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that things aren't smarter than that to this day, but whatever, rest on what you need to. And like you said, people are coming back on it, and here's a question: Do you feel like being able to sit through Metal Gear Solid 4 comes almost with like the new wave of binge territory?
That might be it.
Like
that might be
people
it,
people are prone to just sit and watch hours of television these days.
That may be it. Like maybe just like that time where like it had like so many. Like, I don't even know the hours it had, but like it was a lot. I mean, I think people compared like other games at the time. Like this was just a bit more.
Right.
It was just like because you know what, it was like all put together. You didn't. It could have like been split more throughout the game, but they did it how they wanted to do it, and that's how it happened. Like that's the end of it. Like we can all like sit here and like say like they should have done this, they should have done that. But, like, well, at the end of the day, that game is made the way it is, and if you're a fan, it's it's a piece of basically a piece of every fan legacy out there.
Right. Like the first time I played it, I didn't really roll my eyes much, because of course you hit Shadow Moses again, and you just kind of you're in nostalgia heaven. But never really rolled my eyes that much, and then the next couple of times that I played it, it was like I can see where this is exhausting. But what Kojima did back then that most game developers are still struggling with, you can pause those cutscenes.
Yeah.
And that's just something handy in itself. Like the Europe section, and then it gets to Ocelot on the boats with his little hand. Like, I paused it because I knew that would be a good lengthy cutscene, and left my house, went to the laundromat, started the dryer, went back, started that cutscene again, and when it was done, I was like, my clothes are done. that was optimum timing. So, are they overlong? Maybe, but are people probably growing used to that kind of environment? Probably a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I kind of like did the same thing where like my first half playthrough, I didn't know you can pause the cutscene until I accidentally hit like start. I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I can pause it. So I kind of like just like pause it and like did the thing like I don't know anybody else should be doing. I would like stop like wherever it was in the cinema scene,
Yeah.
and then like time for me to go to work, pause it, go to work, come back. My PlayStation 3 is still running. It's like overheating. It's like my room. It has like it kind of like back then. It's like I didn't really take care of my systems very well. I kind of like
No,
beat the shit out of them.
none of us did.
And now I do, and now I take care of them very well. But like back then, it's like I would leave it running, come back, and my room would have like that hot smell.
Yep.
And then I would be like, where the hell is that coming from? And then I would just go to my PlayStation 3, like, oh, and it's
Yep.
just like whirring on. I was like, holy shit! Like this thing is like fucking working in overdrive right now. Like I shouldn't have done that, but like here we go. Let's keep playing.
Well, that's the thing you don't have to do anymore. Like
Yeah.
kids these days. Here we go. Let's show our age a little bit. Kids these days aren't used to that. Like we now have
Oh my
quick
God.
resume and all
Yeah.
that. Like you just jump right in.
They do
But
like,
man,
yeah.
You shut it off at the morning. You go to
Mhm.
school, go to work, and then you come back, and it's like, all right, I probably shouldn't have done that, but here we are.
It's like all the things we have today, I wish I had then. It's like remote play or like all
Yeah.
these portable devices, like the Steam Deck and stuff like that, or like the Switch. And it's like, I just had like a Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, or like Game Boy Color, and like I would literally
Right.
just have that. That's my portable system on the go,
Yep.
kind of
Yep.
thing. Even the PSP, I never took it on the road because that thing like died so quickly.
Yeah.
It had to be plugged in, and I was like, well, this is just like basically me being able to play a game on my bed rather than like stare at a TV screen,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. You're not taking that with you for a car ride or anything like that. And
Nope.
if you are, you're doing it in 30-minute increments. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say like that's how like that's like I think that's how Peace Walker was kind of like advertised, where it's like a Metal Gear Solid game you could take on the go. Which the
Right.
missions were small enough you could do that, but I was like, like where I'm gonna plug into if I'm on a train. It's like where I'm gonna plug into if I
Yeah.
take this thing with me at work. Like this battery's like dies like quickly, and saying like what I said before, like I didn't take care of my system very well. My PSP like little tray drawer like would spring open during gameplay because it would like it was like it broke, and I would use like a tape to like kind of close it, and that tape wears down, and all of a sudden like,
Oh,
it'll,
hell
like,
yeah.
pop out and go pew, but UMD disc flies out. Kinda thing.
UMD coming at you.
But I would say like, were you like angry or like shocked or or just baffled like when David Hayter was like replaced?
Oh, dude, I was not
Yeah.
happy. I mean,
Okay.
I've come around, of course. A lot of us have come around and seen the reasons why,
Mhm.
but all of us as a collective, we're looking forward to like
Hmm.
David in the end.
Mhm.
Like if this is what Kojima's vision is for Snake as a character,
Mhm.
V as a character, and then this is how he wants to basically claim his magnum opus of
Yeah.
Metal Gear. Like, cool, he can have his vision, but then the farther it went, and we're all in the collective internet, and we're like, David comes back in the end, right? Like,
Mhm.
this is where this ends and goes into never happened.
Mhm.
I just don't feel like Kiefer ever landed it.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
Kiefer to me, and I understand maybe the linguist or like the logistics of he was too expensive, he didn't want to do a lot, blah 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 blah.
Mm.
But even in the time that Kiefer had as Snake and V, he never nailed it.
Mhm.
Like he never transcended the character that David gave in 4 games before.
Mhm.
And it, in one way or another, it felt like a spit in the face to a lot of us fans, because if this is it,
Mhm.
where's our guy? Like where's that voice that we love?
Mhm.
And it's bad enough when in Metal Gear Solid 4, you're old Snake, right? And then at a certain point, you get a young Snake face. You get the mask, the Europe section. So then every player kind of feels that temptation of wanting to see young Snake with David's voice still. And I was definitely one of those that my first playthrough was like, you give me that mask, I'm playing the rest of the game as with young Snake. And of course it kills some of the story undertones of the rest of the game, but this is my character. This is my guy. And then in the end, they just kind of took my action figure, swapped him with another one, and said, here you go, have fun.
Yeah, because I can understand the story where it's like, this game's been out since 2015, so it's not really spoiling it, but you find out at the end you were never playing as a Snake or as Big Boss, you were just the medic, which you kind of who's fooling who, because you would see all the promotional artwork and you see the covers and stuff and be like, all right, this person has shrapnel in their head, and you would think to yourself when did that happen?
Right. Where does that fit in the chronology of events?
Let's go back to 4. 4, he basically was in a coma still. This guy's always in a coma, by the way. But but he was kind of they kind of explained once he was awakened, he was kind of surgically repaired, and it's but there was never ever a mention about shrapnel lodged in his head at all, and that was the weirdest thing. And it kind of was well, who's fooling who? And the audience kind of was quick to kind of stretch out and seek out the answers. And it was I felt when it was released, it was kind of already spoiled. That it's this can't be who we're playing. There's gonna be some kind of weird thing that's gonna happen. All the games, there's always gonna be a twist, and something else is gonna happen where it's all right, the Phantom Pain was dealing with a lot of psychology, so it's well, maybe that shrapnel is not there. Maybe that's his mind thinking he's the demon. You get the demon points and all that stuff, and it's oh, maybe it is part of his mind. He doesn't have a piece of shrapnel sticking out his head like a horn, and it's we're gonna find out at the end where he looks in the mirror and he smashes it. It's oh, it wasn't there. It's he's just his mind is so fucked from all this war, never-ending war, but. I would probably dissect the last part all the time, and and when you see Venom Snake and he's just it's the barriers breaking down, and he's just it's slowly coming to him who he was before, and you kind of hear in the background you hear gunshots, and from that I thought originally oh, we're gonna see Solid Snake. He's gonna leave, and we're gonna see a young Solid Snake. I thought that was gonna happen. Right. That was the whole ta-da at the end. Because the whole game was kind of advertised this is the missing link of the whole franchise. Yeah. We're gonna tell you everything you thought you knew before. No. You missed something from the past that affects the future, kind of thing. And it didn't happen. And then. Everybody, they want to seek out more stuff. You get the data miners, and they're well, there was supposed to be more stuff, maybe possible, downloadable content, right? Or the story continued, because it does leave an open gap where it's all right, Eli just kicked the shit out of your guard and stole a fucking Metal Gear and left with all the children. We're not gonna chase that guy. We're just gonna let him run. He's gonna run in Africa with a Metal Gear, and everybody's cool with that. Fuck that, we're not going to deal with that part. It's we're going to close off that part of the world, let that deal with its own. And I probably everybody else, there was a time jump, and we're okay, we're going to get the real ending, right guys? We're going to get the real ending. And didn't happen. Nope. I'm okay with it. It's okay.
It's serviceable.
Yeah.
It kind of did what it needed to do.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure people are pissed off at the time, just fucking probably going nuts on whatever. Yeah, probably still live in Twitter and Facebook, probably
Reddit.
Who the hell uses Facebook now? Reddit, and everybody's going what the fuck is this? This is not Metal Gear. kind of thing. The only thing I got like pissed off was the Survive thing. Like I never played it. I don't know.
Nope.
I know some people that played it and they would enjoy it for like events moments and but hated it for like the fact it was like an online kind of game thing.
Yeah, I mean, Survive it came out at exactly the wrong time. You're telling us this is the end of the franchise, and this was Konami very obviously trying to milk that cash cow.
Yeah,
with a game that didn't speak to any of the fans. Came out in a time that the survival genre itself was trying to put itself out to the world outside of, like, I don't even know if Rust was out back then. Jesus, probably Rust, Minecraft, like a very small significant part of the market.
Yeah.
And a part of Survive, like, especially now, if I think of it, who was that marketed to? You can't, I don't believe that Survive would have been marketed towards the Japanese market. But then if you want to tell me that it was marketed towards like an American market, where again those games are just trying to establish themselves, it's hard to see. And if their impetus of making this game was you get the same level of creation that you did with V and 5, like I never cared. It was weird when I made V and 5 and he was gone, immediately.
Yeah.
So I don't care about this function of that game. You can't build a mechanic off of that.
Yeah, it was just like weird. Like, obviously, it was supposed to like somewhat fit in with Phantom Pain because, when you rescued like the wandering soldiers, they would freak the fuck out when they see you, and it was kind of like that thing because you had like that shrapnel on your head, and kind of I guess it would remind them of like. I don't know what the hell they're called in Survive because I never played it. I imagine they're called shrapnel head people. That's the only thing. Or spike head people. Spike people. It looked like a zombie game at first when I saw like when they introduced it, and then like they would say like, oh, it's from the Fox engine, but like yet they butchered it.
Yeah,
and it looked like shit.
Yeah,
and it didn't look right, and maybe if like you sat on it for a while and tinkered and did a good job, maybe it would have made some money.
It out a little better.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like that. I wouldn't count that as part of the series. If you're gonna put a bundle together.
Yeah, if you're gonna throw in Ghost Babel or throw out Ghost Babel and keep in Survive, I'm all right. Johnny, give me 1 second real quick. You're sounding a bit robotic on my side. I might just hardwire you in.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does not come out like that in the recording. Hey, there we go.
Oh, perfect.
Good deal.
I get you.
Sweet. Good.
Probably the next thing I'll probably ask you, Adam, is how'd you come across the Metal Gear Mondays podcast?
Oh, Jesus. Let's take one quick detour real quick, just back to the previous point that you were making.
Go ahead.
I only want to touch on Eli real quick.
Oh, yeah.
You have Eli. Where's our boy?
Where's David?
If you wanted to properly bookends this series, you can't have one without the other. And how it ever crossed their minds that you could do one without the other. They made the twin snakes, for God's sakes. But yet, come the finalization of Metal Gear itself, you don't have both of them. And that's probably the other reason everybody held on for David. Like David Hayter specifically. But yeah, what a project, man. What a game. How did I come across Metal Gear Mondays? I had been working at my job for about 2.5 years and then swapped positions to, like, when I started where I'm at, I was a shipping coordinator, so I drove a forklift a lot.
Oh, okay.
So you don't get much peacetime on a forklift. You don't get a whole lot of alone time. You hear a lot of beeping and a lot of honking. So it was just all music all the time. And then I swapped jobs to work in quality assurance. So it's a lot quiet, like a lot quieter, more mellow. I don't want to say it's not as fast paced, but you have more moments of solace. So I just one day went on Spotify, typed in Metal Gear, and lo and behold, Metal Gear Mondays pops up. So I just started listening to a shitload of it then. There would be days where I would be like working in our rejection cage and just doing nothing. It was just me. Like, so I'm counting, verifying, all this monotonous stuff that allows you to listen to a podcast. So it was like perfect. And I binged a hell of a lot of it just right off the bat. Like, if I had to throw it to a non-Metal Gear related podcast, like Metal Gear Mondays and Welcome to Night Vale both just ushered me into a world of podcasts.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, kind of found it like during the shutdown when I was I was kind of like, I was like one of the people where I had to work from home, and I was just like bored out of my mind listening to like nothing but white noise in my house as I'm like typing on my keyboards. And I was like, no, this is gonna like fucking kill me and make me like drink heavier than I already was. Like during the shutdown, every night was like cocktail hour. I was literally, because I couldn't go to the bar, I was like, fuck it, the bar's coming to me. It's like, I'm like, because like it was one of those things where it's like you would call, like, because I live in like upstate New York, you would call the wine and liquor place, tell them what you wanted. Then you give them your payment information over the phone, and once you're gonna pay with cash, had to be like an exact amount. Then they would like have like a whole table outside with like boxes of your stuff with your like receipt and your name on it, and you'd go pick it up and put it in your trunk or whatever. And it was kind of like that, where it's like I was like maybe buying like $150 worth of liquor like every week. Kind of thing was happening. So, you know, I couldn't drink during the day while I was working, so I need something to like help me chill and relax. And that's where that's where they came in, and that's where those guys came in. That's where I kind of like clamored on and kind of like stayed with it up until like they ended, and then, you know, going to Discord, not knowing what the hell Discord was at the time. I was like, what the fuck's a Discord? I was like, is this another thing I gotta download on my phone? Like, come on. It's like, all right, I'll do it. And then it's like, oh, you know, you introduce like all these like people. And from my experience online, it's either you get like nice people or you get the shit people who are like, you know, fucking, you know, Metal Gear's about guns and boobies. And I'm more towards the end of it. I was like, yes, there are guns, there are boobies. But there's also like a whole story here. And there's also some man on man love action as well. Where it's like, hey, I'll take that. Like, get into the love box, baby. It's like we're going to do something in this beach here. And it's kind of like, it was a good community. It was like, it wasn't Reddit. I thought, like, you know, when I first heard it, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be Reddit. I'm gonna be like surrounded by bros who just fucking go nuts.
Poly bros, man. Not like polysexual, but like poli-sci. Like, there's a difference, guys. I was very glad when I joined Discord. I mean, I don't interact much these days. I never really interacted much back then. But I never had a bad experience with these guys. Like, anybody, guys and gals, like anybody in the Discord, nobody's ever come off to be like as rude, as harsh, as overbearing, overstepping. I mean, it's that crew specifically made a pretty solid foundation of people.
Oh yeah, oh my god, like, kept my sanity. And the group of people on Discord, like, you know, kind of like, all right, I could talk to these people. I can, like, you know, conversate with these like text messages and stuff. And it's like, if we're gonna take them more, like, sure, like they'll do like, you know, streaming every once in a while, which is great, you know. And mine just fell apart. You know, we engaged with it back in COVID, and sadly, you know, you've got kids, you've got a job, you got
X amount of things happen in your life. So a lot of my engagement has fallen back lately.
Mm.
I still kind of creep every now and then.
Mm.
You know, like that portraits and pets, man. Just keep posting your pet pictures. I'm here for it. If you got cats, put them there. I'll be there.
Nice.
Yeah, on like a day-to-day basis, my observation levels are kind of low lately, but yeah, great place, great community for a dead podcast. Holy shit, does it not seem like it's dead sometimes?
Well, it died like several times.
Yeah, well, you know.
it was called upon several times, but I can understand, like, being like a listener, you don't like see or do the things like behind the scenes for a podcast, like,
right.
For me, what I want to do, I'm like really small. I want to talk to the fans. I want to talk to people who played the games, and that's what my thing was about. It's like, I'm not here to like get like big people. I'm just here to get the people that love the games. And why do they love the games? Tell their story.
Yeah.
And for even doing that, scheduling people, making sure you don't fuck up on the schedule, recording it, editing it, putting in sound, putting in music. It's a lot of fucking work. Yeah. And these guys, like, not just them, but like other podcasts. It's, if you can do it, great. If it becomes a job, then you'll be miserable doing it. I can understand why people like stop, because it can get like tough at times, and it's just like everything, moderation. Yeah. Just don't go gung ho on it. That's what I would say. But for the Metal Gear game series, I never asked this question. Like, for Ghost Babel, did you play Ghost Babel?
I did play Ghost Babel.
Okay.
I did. It's fucking weird.
Yes.
I never played the Metal Gear specific games.
Okay.
And then, okay, all right. I've tried lately. I tried
the originals.
Never played Metal Gear specific, the old NES games. I tried when Subsistence came out, back on the PlayStation 2. Wrong place, wrong time for dumb teenager Adam. Just didn't fit that mold of video games that I was looking for. Too old, they'll say. But then I tried Unmetal, and that was good. But yeah, like when I was a little kid with a Game Boy Advance, of course you've got your backwards compatibility, so your cartridge sticks out about 2 inches above. But yeah, that's how I engaged with Ghost Babel. I never had a Game Boy or a Game Boy Color, so once we got that, and I realized that there's a Metal Gear on this, I want it. Like, I don't care how bad it is. I don't care if it's bad. So, could I tell you much about it anymore? Probably not, because I engage with it in the moment. And I'm sorry, I'm an adult and I've smoked a lot of weed. So, and I've had kids and still, so a lot of, but man, like I remember I beat that game, like, and that was one of those that I heavily engaged with GameFAQs on. Young dumb kid, but just wanted to engage with it.
Gotcha.
And it's one that a part of me would like to emulate again someday, because all I remember is chip sounds, very solid, very, very blue solid Snake.
Yes.
But yeah, to this day, can I tell you what it was? No. Can I tell you that version, that younger Adam enjoyed it? Hell yeah.
I would say, like, I'm in the same boat. Like, most of these things, I have to, like, look it up online. Like, I remember playing these games. I don't remember the details about it, like, story-wise.
No.
I couldn't tell you, like, beat for beat, like, what happened in the game. Like, I can remember, like, I started, and then I ended it. And I had a good time with it. Because it was a Metal Gear Solid game for portable.
Right.
For the Game Boy. It was a Game Boy Color, but like whatever Game Boy you had afterwards would play it, and it's like, it was great. Like, dude, like, how can you not, like, as a fan, like, that was like a joy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You actually, it was your first chance to take it with you.
exactly.
Like I've beat Metal Gear Solid 1
Mm.
time and time again, but
Yeah.
I had my one time with Ghost Babel.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Babel was never the one that I went back to and just played again and again. It was like I had, oh god, what did they call it back on the GBA? Like Super Mario Brothers Advance, whatever number it was actually Super Mario World.
Okay.
So like, cool. I spent a lot of my time with that. Played Ghost Babel, finished it. You've got wholly replayable Mario or Young Dumb Kid. So Mario won, but
Yeah. That's what happens to. I was gonna say that's what happens to a lot of young gamers, like the replayability, like because for the Metal Gear games, it gets a lot. It gets intense.
yeah,
For Metal Gear Solid, yeah, for the first one, I haven't played it since 2001,
hey,
and I replayed it, and I was like, I would say to myself, and I streamed it, and I was like, holy fuck, how did I play this?
yeah,
As a kid, I was like, this is like annoying the shit out of me now,
yeah.
kind of thing.
It is archaic. I mean, it feels archaic. We had a family friend come out a few years back, and the kid, like he was probably 12, 13, I don't recall, but he had never played Metal Gear. He'd never played Metal Gear Solid. So it was like, all right, we're gonna spend the weekend, try and get through this. He did great all the way up until that final Rex fight. And like we are down to the wire, like down to the drop off at airport they have to go wire. So sadly we never finished it, but it never finished that run. But I did go back after I got the Legacy Collection, for PlayStation 3, and I did go back through 1 through 4 then, and that was probably more than 6 years ago at this point. Like well,
yeah.
What? Phantom Pain came out in 2015. Yeah, so probably 6+ years ago because I did it after the Phantom Pain.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's rough. I mean, if it had the modern day concessions, like I have the PlayStation Mini and I did not touch it on that thing. That's not how I want to experience that game. It's just not. But yeah, like if you gave us those games with modern day concessions like save states, quick load, stuff like that game would probably be, that could live up to a lot of modern day standards at this point.
I would say it kind of hurts and hinders you if you've gone to like the new games and then you go back to the older games.
Oh yeah,
because then you think your muscle memory and your brain would say like, oh, you can leap.
Nope.
Go ahead and hit
you
that
can
button.
roll.
You can roll. Go ahead and hit that button.
Yeah.
And not working. You're just gunned down right now. But like I replayed it because I don't stream. I don't know how to do that shit properly.
Yeah.
So I found like on GOG like Metal Gear Solid Integral port, and I was like, okay, every reviews are very well. Like, what's the worst thing that could happen? And I got to the Rex fight, and somehow I would fucking die. Like, I replayed it maybe like 10 times. I was dying as I was killing Rex.
Oh yeah.
Every single time.
Oh yeah.
And the game was just glitching like fucking crazy, and I was like, I literally just started yelling into the camera, like to like probably like 10 people were watching me. Like, what the fuck is this shit? This is fucking bullshit. Like, I fucking killed this guy like 10 times now. Why doesn't he fucking die?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I had people try to help me, like, yo, this is the PC port. The PC port shit, my friend. Right. It's like it fucks with you.
Yeah, I was terrified. I wanted to buy them. I'm kind of glad I didn't, especially based off this, but that sucks, man.
Oh my god, the game was so glitchy that when I was fighting Liquid, he somehow climbed like the destroyed Ray Dome and like stood over me and somehow glitched and like ran right into me.
Oh man.
And I was like, this game doesn't want me to fucking beat it. It was perfect.
No.
From beginning all the way till you got to the Rex fight, all of a sudden, glitch. It was just glitching like crazy. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this game was playing perfect until this point. And that's why I said to myself, I'm just going to replay it on my Legacy collection and try to figure out how to do it from there.
Yeah.
I was like, forget it.
Yeah.
I'll ask people, like, what do I do to get it prepared, kind of thing. But
and coming off of that, talk about, like, the strangest retcon in history.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why did you give us two endings? Why is it Meryl or why is it Otacon? And then come two, it's Otacon. And then it comes until 4, and you're like, oh, Meryl's still here, just not as significant as Anime Boy apparently. But
yeah, that was just like, I would say, like, if you play, right off 1 going to 2, and you see Otacon, you're like, oh, they picked that ending.
Yeah,
and that's where you're gonna go, like, oh, Meryl died, like, I failed, even though I like gave myself carpal tunnel to like to just really last with Ocelot torturing me. But you know what? When I went back to play these games all over again, I kind of realized during the dialogue and the actions of Solid Snake, like in the beginning, you would see he had the stealth camouflage.
Yeah.
And it broke. And I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense with that ending, right? But as you play through the game, when he gets, I forgot where it was exactly, but it's him and Raiden. He's giving him his
when they're in Arsenal gear, and he just
he points infinite ammo. So then I was like, wait a minute, like, are you literally telling me like he somehow broke the laws of the first game to keep both people alive?
Snake had a Game Shark. He was fine.
It was kind of like one of those things where it's like I didn't see it until I went back, like, oh, what?
Yeah, that's like, a good mix. Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I would say for all of them, the one that I replayed the least is 3, and I don't know why. Most of the people, not everybody, but most of the people I talk with, they love 3 because it's kind of like a mixture of like you're getting a better control scheme, you're getting like, well, the camera wasn't great for the original one, but for the re-release it got better.
When Subsistence came out, everybody was in a little bit of hog heaven there for we got the third person camera now, guys. We're like a modern video game now.
Probably because it was also enjoyable because it was like, this is the prequel to kind of like set up the rest of the storyline kind of thing. But I don't know, like I wasn't one of those people where like that fell head over heels for 3. I enjoyed it,
right?
But I was like not, in love, like most people that I know.
No, coming off of 2 into 3, you're hit with a whole new mess of mechanics, right? Like, you're hit with inventory system, hunger system, and actual proper proper energy system, like an energy meter of sorts, right? Yeah. Like you've got health and stamina.
Yeah.
So, and that was new. Like you didn't have stamina until you try to be the guy that would do 99 push-ups, jumping over or not put like 99 pull-ups as Raiden.
Yeah.
But that never hit. So yeah, to me, 3 on my first playthrough didn't hit, man. Like it was too mechanics heavy, not Metal Gear Solid heavy. Like it was a solid spy Cold War era epic, but it wasn't the continuation of 2. It expanded on the mechanics of 2, but kind of if you took everything and elevated it, like cranked it to 11 would be it. But yeah, 3 on its first run just didn't mesh with me, really. Yeah, no, it was kind of weird. Like I hated the whole like I'm injured, gotta pause. Go into that menu. Oh no, my camouflage is like really low. Pause. Go into that menu. It was like you have to like. There was a lot of break in the action. Yes.
And also like the thing that like kind of messed with me, the visuals. It was like trying to like kind of emulate its time period. Like, visually, like so some areas were like kind of like heavy with like the orange and the red, and
Right.
it would like fuck with my eyes because like you know what? Also, the guards are dressed kind of like similar ways where it's like, is that a guard or is that a brush of
Yeah.
like a leaf? Like what the fuck is that? Like and everything moves, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna crawl and sneak past the guy because my camouflage is really high. Ow! I got bit by a snake. I got poisoned.
Got to
I'm
go
like,
into a menu now.
I was like, what the fuck game is this? I
Yeah.
was like, uh, that was kind of like my thing. I was like, thank God for Ava and her breasts.
Yeah. Yeah. You
That,
could
that was
just,
like that would be like myself back then. Like,
yep.
thank God she's in this game because if she wasn't, I would be really fucking pissed right now.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of hit it all on the head. Like, you
Mhm.
went from wall pressing against a tree
Mhm.
and your camo meters at 85.
Yeah.
You crouched and then it went to 90.
hmm
And then you laid down in the grass and here you are at 65. Because you're wearing
Yeah.
the wrong kind of, like, and that was the
Exactly.
whole game. Yeah, man, that kind of
Yeah.
hits it right on the head.
That-
Yeah, like you said, last time it was really, oh, what is it? The fight with the fear,
hmm
and he hits you with those fucking bolts. So every time you get hit with the bolt,
yeah.
you got to go into a menu. Or the same with the pain, and you get hit with the beat,
hmm
you have to go into a menu. It just
Yeah.
it drug itself out. And here you go. If you want some fun perspective,
Mhm.
swap your cutscene time from Metal Gear Solid 4 to your menu time in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
Move on. Save them out.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Exactly. And I would say for 3, I didn't know about this because for the boss fight for the end, I didn't know like if you stopped it and like either play with play with the clock system,
Yeah.
he would die. I just stopped it and be like, this fucking guy has tranked me and put me in prisons. I am taking a break. And back
Yeah.
then, I would take like a week off from the game
Yeah.
because I would get so frustrated. I've broken controllers, and you know, back then I had part-time jobs because it got to the point where like my parents were like, "We're not buying you shit anymore. You're breaking it. You're gonna buy it from now
Yep.
on. You love these games, go buy it yourself." So it's like, all right, John needs to cool down. Like young Johnny used to like chill out and like fucking stop with the controllers and stop breaking them. Like pause. I would come back a week later and be like, "Oh shit, he's dead." And I would think to myself like, "Is that the game?"
Yeah.
It's like, is that what's supposed to happen? And then my friend would be like, "No, dude, you just like you could have played with the clock at the same day, and like if you wanted to." It was
So
kind
you
of
just naturally
yeah.
rage quit that long?
yeah. I was like, "Fuck this old man. He is fucking not killing me, but he's like making it like inevitable to like not be able to pass him."
Right.
And back then, I was like thinking like, "Oh, what if I just like ran past out of the map? Can I do that?" No. I was like, I gotta fight this guy like shit. But you know, for 3, it was okay. It was enjoyable. I did enjoy like you know the backstory of everything like that would lead to like the rest of the series.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the
Hmm.
first game to like ever make me cry. Like,
Oh,
I'm
for the
pretty
end.
sure that
Yeah.
you know, once you get to the end and you get the boss,
Mhm.
and then like once all of the and here you go. Let me just take a guess. Like once all the blossoms themselves like turn red, you know you fucked up,
Yeah.
and that game made you do it.
hmm Yeah. You
Like you had no choice. That was it. You pulled the button, like you hit the button. Nowadays, you actually pull the trigger in modern
Mhm.
games. You hit the button, goes red. You're done.
Yep. And I don't. It wouldn't pass it, right? It wouldn't like.
No,
do it
there was no
automatically,
waiting.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Making
couldn't
sure.
set your clock back 12 days and come back. Yeah, no, you had to wait.
Yeah. No, because like for the boss fight, it was just like I didn't know what was happening. I was like, why are we just? Why am I standing here? Like, what's happening?
Yeah,
I would literally like look around the room, like I'm by myself in the dark, like what the fuck is happening here?
right.
Like, cause I remember like in the past games, like the game does fuck with you sometimes. Like for 2, the Colonel AI would be like, "Shut the game off," and he was like all glitching and shit like that. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "All right, maybe I thought it was that kind of moment. Like, oh, this game
Yeah.
like messing with me. Like, what's happening?" Like, I just like ended up like pressing every single button. Like, oh
Right.
shit, I'm supposed to shoot her.
Yeah.
And I was like, And then from then I was like, a tear like came down, like, but I wanted her to live,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
She was fine. I didn't like her for a bit, and then she came around. I want her to live. Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, it's a hoot. Gosh, if I had to make one like train of thought pull, because I lost my other one, it derailed. The Last of Us games, man, took a lot from these games. Like, especially now, like while we're listening to it, like while we're talking it out, not listening to it. So you've got the character swap, right? Like you've got Ellie to Abby, and then you got Snake to Raiden. But then that last moment where you don't want to pull the trigger on the boss, it's very close to the final fight. Sorry guys, like spoilers for Last of Us Part 2. But it's like the last fight between Abby and Ellie. You know, like you don't want to do it, but yet this game is just pointing you in the direction. Per the director, like it's just pointing you in the direction you have to go, no matter how much you don't want to do it. Like, come the end, you can see a lot of the war crime specific, like the boss pulled. And then for The Last of Us, like you see a lot of what Abby did, her killing Joel. Again, sorry guys, spoilers for a game that's 3+ years old at this point, or 3 years old. But oh my gosh, like it really took this long for me to fully realize like the magnetism between these two franchises. Because in the beginning, I always saw the character pull to a different one as a Metal Gear Solid 2 specific kind of influence. But now as we're talking about, like, you have two characters in two games that you don't necessarily want to kill, but for this story to continue, you got to try. You've got to hit that button. So
I was like rewind it back. Like, if you tried the original Metal Gear, right? Did you try Metal Gear 2?
I've never tried Metal Gear 2 because I never finished Metal Gear 1. Like,
gotcha.
I was that level of a purist to know that if I didn't finish one, I wasn't going to continue to the other. So, is there a difference? Am I missing?
Well, for 2, it does, like, compared to 1, it's like leaps and bounds. Like, gameplay wise, graphically, it's gotten better. I mean, it is what it is. Like, kind of like 8-bit kind of thing.
Right.
It does look better versus Metal Gear was kind of like Metal Gear, the OG Metal Gear was kind of like that. You know, you had to experiment, and you just like it just hit it right, and just like you got like the attention of people, and then you know somewhere down the line somebody thought it was a good idea to make a sequel without the creator. Or supposed creator. Yeah. And then you'd be like, here's Snake's Revenge, which for some reason, like, when I think of Snake's Revenge, I get like that 80s guitar riff and like that, you know, heavy metal, like, hairband guy screaming into the microphone, like, Snake's Revenge kind of thing. When everybody thinks about the title, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But, you know, thank God for that, because then you get like Kojima going, like, the fuck did you guys do?
Yeah.
Kind of
what
thing.
happened? I turned my back for 5 seconds. Yeah.
But you know what? Metal Gear 2 kind of plays the same as Metal Gear Solid. So you get the introduction of the crouch and the crawling for that game kind of thing. Sure. And then the Soliton radar and then the codec.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like it's like beta and like beta stage, and it's like, all right, we perfected it for the PlayStation now. It's like, here it is. This is what we wanted to do all this time, but never. We didn't have the capabilities to do it yet. That was the kind of situation. Story-wise, I mean, you could probably, like, just, for any fan out there, they could just probably just read it. I wouldn't recommend, you know, because they're tough. Like, the games are fucking...
Right.
It's exhausting, like, for the first one, you don't know where the fucking guards are looking, and you get caught automatically. Guess what? I think, like, 3 shots and you're dead kind of thing happens. Those games required a guide.
Right. Yeah.
So if you don't have a guide, you're just like wandering in the dark, going like, I've gone in circles so many times. Where the fuck do I go next?
Yeah.
and no one's going to give you any information because it's kind of like that thing where it's like trial and error, go figure it out for yourself kind of thing. But I would say like try it. If it fucking upsets you and frustrates you, yeah, but
Move
like
on.
move on. Yeah, exactly. It's like you would get the gist of the story like afterwards. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to sit here and
Did
like
you,
dive deep into it kind of thing.
did you play Unmetal at all?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
currently playing metal. I have like that. This is the one thing I have. There's like a sickness where I have all these systems. Like I have like a Switch Lite thing. I have like a Steam Deck. I have like an Xbox, whatever it's called, S.
Yeah.
For each of these, I have an unmetal for each of these
Oh, no.
systems, and I'll be like, I'm gonna play it on this system, like, and finish it. Nope, next system.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish on this system, finish it. Nope, next system. And it's like I got 3 different unmetals with 3 different like save stations, like kind of like parts. Like
Right.
one has like just in the beginning, one is in the middle, one's like near the end. So I'm hoping to finish it in one of those systems.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I should. I feel like I was halfway through and
Yeah.
I should go back. But I hit a spot where like you're in a camp.
Yeah.
You've never done that in a Metal Gear game, right?
Mhm.
Like you're in a camp and there's a certain set of like 5 or 6 guards, I think,
Mhm.
that do a loop. So they
Oh.
go from, and I think
Yeah.
I want to say the camp itself is maybe 5 or 6 screens.
Mhm.
And of course, you've got your Metal Gear like shortcut, so you can crawl through this direction, you can
Mhm.
walk this way. But yeah, they're still just following this designated path. And
Yeah.
thankfully, the game gives you like arrows, so when they're coming, it's like.
tells you.
But yeah, it's I don't know. Never got past that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's easy if I just sat and focused, but yeah, one of these days I'd love to go back through it. Jesse Fox that's the dumbest fucking character I could ever think of to put in a Metal Gear game, and that's what makes it perfect. But, yeah, man, what a strange game to play.
No, I would say like you don't have to play those like what they would call the MSX originals because that was
Right.
basically, I think one of the guys that like kind of like basically like not engineered but like designed the game was a fan of those Metal Gear games. There was like some
Yeah.
kind of story where it's like he never played the modern games of like the PlayStation
Right.
and so forth. He just like loved and enjoyed MSX versions and just
Yeah.
like I want to make a game that's kind of like that. And so when I played it, I was like, oh shit, this is just like Metal Gear 2.
Yeah,
But like with heavy on the humor, and I was like, I can
Yeah.
get behind this.
yeah,
Like fuck yeah, let's get this going.
heavy on the humor.
Holy shit, yeah. But like I would say for your, I remember that part. Like yeah, you just gotta like sit down and like, all right, I'm gonna concentrate just a little bit more
Right.
to get out of this. But yeah, I can see like there are parts of the game that it will frustrate you. Like how the fuck do I get past this boss? Like when I first played it, I was like, this fucking grenade guy is like really pissing me off. Like what the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah,
Come on. And like the next boss was like some kind of like I don't know what it was. Like I think commander boss or something. I don't know. It was like really generic name bosses kind of thing.
right.
Where it's like,
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
sorry. Good.
Oh no, it was like it was just like any other game. Like sit down and concentrate on it kind of thing. But
Who
my
can
brain,
do that
like,
these
you know,
days?
I mean I can't. Like when I usually at home at night, it's like it's edible time. It's like I want to like let my brain like fucking shut down for a bit and just like enjoy a nice little
Yeah,
buzz.
yeah, yeah.
kind
Let's
of
just
thing.
ride this out and have a little fun for a minute. Have you
Mm.
heard of Signalis?
I've heard of it.
Here's a
Yeah.
like far throw into the background. Signalis
Mm.
is, let's say you take Silent Hill and Resident Evil
Mm.
and then give it that Metal Gear camera.
Okay.
And almost the same pistol that she uses for a large chunk of the game is the fucking SOCOM.
Mm.
But it is, and it's like PlayStation 1 era graphics.
Mm.
So take that old Snake PS1 face
Mm.
and just modernize it barely. But this game gripped kind of my 2-week vacation after Christmas this past year. And I heard about it on podcasts, I heard about it in Game of the Year list, never really looked at reviews, didn't care much. I was like, something says I should play this. And then, so like I said, you take Silent Hill, the creepiness, and Resident Evil with the survival era effect, like the survival horror factor of you have to conserve ammunition, you have to find things for puzzles, things like that. But it does have that Metal Gear Solid camera. Like it's got the panoramic point down, and the visual style is just Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, okay.
But there are, let's say there's hallways full of enemies, and you have the choice. Like you can just run past them. Because of course it's like a survival horror game, so the first shot that you pop off enlivens the room to your presence. So if you can just you got a hallway, and if you can just weasel past, you can snake your way through it just fine. But yeah, I like that is probably the closest to a modern day Metal Gear Solid that we can get. Not counting Unmetal. Unmetal, I think, lives in the 2D era, but I think is a good 3D creepy juxtaposition. Signalis can definitely fill that slot.
Oh, nice.
But it's anime and it's creepy. So if you don't like both, but
I would say like Johnny likes both of those.
There you go.
I'm always looking for something like plays a little like homage to like those games, because it's like the games I grew up with. So it's like I would be like, all right, I'm gonna be nostalgic for it, and I'm gonna like go into it. Like I can get behind those graphics now, and most of the indie games are like doing that now, where it's like you're doing like the retro thing, and like the young kids can like play like games that like look like from my time, but like with better like gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
Where it's like I kind of like want to sit them down, and be like, hey, you want to play like a really fucking tough game? Come play these Ninja Turtle games with me. Like that'll like fucking make you like go nuts.
I think Shredder's Revenge was like the world's forgiveness for how hard those games were. Johnny, I hate to do it. I'm gonna take a break real quick and let me grab some ice.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
I know you're chewing.
I took my Invisalign out.
Oh,
Shoved like half a pork chop in my mouth. So. What are you drinking there?
Oh, I'm just drinking a boring seltzer.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah, exactly. The other, streams like I was doing with Amanda Lemon, who's doing a fan-run Metal Gear convention over in LA. So like my first two like interactions with her, like I would talk to her like on Twitter and stuff like that. My first two interactions, like doing this like Zoom thing, I was like, first time was like high, and second I was drunk. So it's like third time I had to be stone cold sober to like give her a better impression. But, like I'm not always drunk and high. Like that's not me. It's like I just do it because like hey, I'm going for the weekend, and I need to like fucking unwind here.
Yeah. We should do one of these where we're just both just fucking drunk out of our shit. That'd be fun as fuck. So we came off Signalis, we came off Unmetal.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a Metal Gear Solid movie will ever happen?
That's my next question to you, because you know what? What's his name? Jordan Vogt
Roberts. Yeah.
He was hard. He was running hard on a campaign. Showing all these like promotional artwork and like talking about like he's attached to the movie. Yep. And then I was like, is he attached, or is he like just saying he's attached? Like he can't say something without actually being true, right? Like people just don't do that on the internet, right? Say something that's not true.
No, nobody's ever done that.
But if it did feel like for that moment, like holy shit, like maybe it actually would happen, kind of thing.
Well, and especially for like Kong Skull Island, like and he was heavy talking about, I made a sequence where Tom Hiddleston's character broke in. It was a full Metal Gear Solid thing. And it's like, Did you though? I see the storyboards, but that can happen. People can just do that.
Yeah.
But did you really? And no, what's his name? What's the wolf's name from Okami? Omaratsu. I'm gonna butcher it. Sorry, guys. But like, he had a whole catalog of video game based characters that he wanted to take inspiration of, and it's like, you got the concept art, you didn't get it in the movie. There's a difference. I can see where you wanted to or you tried, but it never came around. So it's kind of one of those talk about it, be about it kind of things, like, and you hate to take it to those terms, but if you're really doing this, then do it.
Yeah, because you know what? That movie has been like talked about forever. Like, I remember like going back like way like right after its release, maybe like a year or two later.
Yeah.
Talks about a movie, and I've heard like so many directors and like leads attached to it. I remember one point it was like, oh, we're talking with Steven Spielberg to like helm the direction.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is his lead. And I was like, well, Tom Cruise is very short, and I don't know, like, I mean, he might be able to fit in a box.
Yeah.
I can see that. But you know what looked fucking weird? Tom Cruise in a blonde wig with an English accent. And then I thought to myself, like, that was like me as a kid. I was like, now it's like, well, what are they gonna do like about the twinning thing? Like, are they gonna like have like Oscar Isaac like have a British accent? Like, I saw like a little bit in Moon Knight, but I was like, is he gonna have blonde hair, or is it just like two Oscar Isaacs yelling at each other? Like,
yep.
Like, how weird is this gonna get? Like, I can enjoy weird. It's like, but I don't know. It's I kind of do want it to happen, but then I don't at the same time.
I don't know if
I feel like, yeah.
I don't know if it could be a 120-minute movie.
Yeah.
And I know these days, like, longer and longer is becoming the norm. I don't feel like it could happen in a 180-minute movie.
Because there's a lot. There's for the one game. There's a lot to like try to like squeeze into, like, because you want to make it to like a summer blockbuster film, right? So you can get like, as much money as possible. But how long is this movie going to be? Like, are you going to break the first movie into like 2?
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Like, no one has an answer. Like, everybody's just showing like, hey, check out this cool artwork. Like, it's Solid Snake from the first game, but he's shooting at geckos.
Right.
Is that cool or what? Hey, here's Gray Fox in his cyborg ninja outfit, but he's fighting. What the fuck was he fighting? Like, he was fighting something that was not from his time.
No, it was something very random. Yeah.
And I was looking around like, what the fuck is this? Like, are we like, okay, I can see like, this is artwork to like, kind of like fan the flames, like get people like going. Like I don't think it's gonna actually be the product and from like talking to other people, and there's like an idea where it's like maybe he was like told like, if you want to helm this project, send out like on your social media platform how much is there an interest in it, and we'll gauge that interest. So if you kind of do that thing where it's like it's not really part of like the actual company, it's just this one creative, people will hold back on the interest of like, I'm gonna hold back until this actually says official, kind of thing.
Well, and that's the problem that we've hit almost within the last matter of days. American McGee, the creator of Alice, Jesus, here we go, I'm into space on what the first one was, but like the American McGee's Alice, I think, is literally what the first game was called, and it's just a twisted tale on the Alice in Wonderland games. And then the EA published that one, and then EA published EA Madness Returns, and then here in the last couple of days, it's like American McGee said there's no funding, like, but he had a Kickstarter. He found all these artists. He found costume artists, environment artists, blah 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 blah, and that project fizzled. But nobody has officially stated the Metal Gear Solid movie is not happening.
Yeah, that's true. That's
true.
And
that's the strangest thing, because that was Kong Island. I feel was like 10 years ago.
gonna say like maybe like it felt like a while. It felt like a while.
It's somewhere between like 7 and 10 years. But you can't tell me this guy's still making this movie, and you can't tell me, like you said, he might as well have been the marketing movie. Like you put a good director or an up and coming director at that time behind it, and say he wants to do this. See who comes out. But
I feel like maybe he got super pumped when he was like digitally scanned in for like Death Stranding.
Yeah,
meeting. I would say he met him because on this go around, the difference between the last franchise, I see that he's also like getting very involved with the actors and like the people he's putting into his game.
Right.
Where he's meeting them. Like the weird thing was from before, where it's like there was a split where it's like he's not meeting the American counterparts, but he's heavy on his side in Japan with like those people,
right.
Like, which is understandable because like you would lean towards that, kind of thing. Where so maybe I'm thinking like he kind of like met him and was just like he fed off that energy and just like ran to Sony and said like I'm Jordan Fork Roberts and I'm taking this project, kind of thing. I don't know. I would say like after like Kong Skull Island, which I looked it up, it was like 2017, which is like holy shit, is that long ago?
Wow, was it really that recent? Okay, I'm like that's recent. That's
it's only like 6 years, so it's
wow, that feels ages ago.
It does. That's what I was saying. Like maybe because we got like bombarded with all these like, like what was it, Universal? Like they were trying to do this whole like monster universe thing. I think that's like what they were trying to do. But like that movie, I did enjoy. Like that was actually an enjoyable film. Yeah,
it was.
And I was like, okay, I could kind of see like, with his kind of style and direction, what he was going with,
right,
kind of thing. And it's like, go ahead.
Like, does Metal Gear itself pivot like beholden to Metal Gear lore? 5 games, 5+ games, I guess. Is that a TV show? Is that now? Yeah. Do you pivot to the Last of Us? I'm not going to say the Resident Evil show, guys. Sorry, that Netflix one was not good. But do you like pivot more towards premiere television? But then where do you split it? Because if you were to split Metal Gear Solid 1 as a film, do you split at the disc break? Which doesn't make fucking sense for a movie. Like that would be a terrible way to end a movie.
You would fucking get people upset. Like the fans would probably riot. Like what the fuck? You like throw their popcorn. We're gonna end a sniper wolf.
I mean, love dies on the battlefield, and so does this fucking first movie. Just move on. Wait 6 months, guys. I don't see it. And here you go. Let's swap out Oscar Isaacs for Adam Driver.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I don't know if I want to. Like I could see it. I don't know if I want to.
You could see it. You could visually see it. Like, I can see him in that outfit, see him in the sneaky suit. I don't know about the bandana. Where he'd be like, no. I believe my character wouldn't wear this bandana, like the actor, and I'm like, they even asked like Oscar Isaac at premiere, like, is Metal Gear Solid movie happening? And it's like kind of like, well, they're getting a script. Like, yeah, exactly. It's kind of like that thing where it's like they're working on a script, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I can see it as a series because there's just like maybe so much content. But you know what? With what's happening with the games, like, do we want like a non-physical media?
Right.
That would be so on Konami. It'd be like, yeah, turn into digital and no physical release. You can't even rent it on iTunes or like Google Play Store.
Our licensing is up.
Pull it from, I don't know what it would be like. I don't know, because everybody's crying poverty now. Yeah. All the streaming companies would be like, woe is us. We can't fuel all of our jets. The last jet has to be like, no fuel. So we're cutting all this content. Say goodbye.
So now instead of a series of Metal Gear, you get 3 episodes for the first 3 games, and that's it. And that's what I don't feel like anybody's ever been able to answer. Like, what game do you base it off of? Do you base it off of the specific game? Because like we already said, Metal Gear Solid 1 itself is
Yeah.
pretty fucking dense. And then if you
Yeah.
go to 2, there's no engaging with there's no engaging with a cinematic crowd for
Mhm.
2. 2 comes down to user experience specifically.
Yeah.
And almost the same as 5 does. Like you have to be invested in 4 other games or 6 other games even to fall into 5. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of these games that, and I'm going to ignore
Mhm.
praying, like I'm going to ignore Mantis himself.
Oh, okay.
I about said praying Mantis. Like
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
going
was
to
gonna say,
ignore. I'm going to ignore that and everything that he carries with it.
Mhm.
You can't put your controller in port 2 in a theater.
No.
And if you want the memory card moment, like I see you bought tickets to Trolls 2 or Frozen 95. Like you can't do that twice.
Mm-mm.
So there
Yeah. Mhm.
it could never live up to expectations. So you hate to say it, but some projects may just need to be left on the table.
Yeah. I mean, as much as like probably Konami wants to like gain some money for all
Right.
they spent on, but I don't think it's worth like how do you break the fourth wall in these games?
Yeah. Like we went and saw the Mario movies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The Mario movie this weekend. Solid.
Mhm.
Did it. Great. The difference between probably a caliber of fans between these two games,
Mhm.
nobody's going to go to Mario expecting an Oscar-winning film.
Yeah, it's true.
But sadly, the Metal Gear fandom is so full of itself sometimes. Sorry, guys. You want Khan's opener. You want that first night in Hollywood. You want it to win Oscars for best acting, best cinematography, best adapted screenplay. That's not what we're getting.
No.
If we get anything, and let's say I take the 2 Oscars, you're going to get Oscar Isaac as Solid Snake, Adam Driver as a blonde Liquid Snake looking terrible, and they're going to say nonsensical bullshit to each other, and then we're going to say, I didn't expect this, and it's going to get like 29 on Rotten Tomatoes. So, do we really want this? I don't think we do.
Yeah.
There's no way it can live up to the expectations of all of this time that we've been told that the film's happening. And it's not going to live up to our expectations of what we would want from a Metal Gear story.
Yeah, it's true.
So I know everybody's probably every 3 to 5 weeks, 3 to 5 months, some people probably 3 to 5 days going to Jordan Roberts and say, when Metal Gear? Just let it go. I mean, it was a fun passion project for him for a while, and I'm sure it sucks as a director and writer and movie producer to lose a project, but of all the things that you should just let fall by the wayside, let it be Metal Gear.
Yeah.
You know, we've had trial and error for Resident Evil alone, which is a series that's not as old as Metal Gear. Metal Gear as a property, but became popular around the same time as Metal Gear Solid did. And I think a lot of us can look at what those films and that TV series on Netflix specifically became. And guys, like everybody, we don't want that. We don't want that same treatment. I know we want to see another way to experience our favorite franchise, but don't let this be it. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say don't wait for Konami to remake Metal Gear Solid 3 as somebody says every April Fool, like every April Fools, but we don't want this because it's never gonna live up to our expectations. It's never gonna live up to what we want. It's never gonna be the story, because no two fans are gonna see that story in their head in the same way. If you made a Metal Gear Solid 1 movie, one person sees Decoy Octopus, and the other one wants you to see the Tank and Vulcan Raven.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
who do you take as more important, right? Like, Octopus, strangest character of Metal Gear Solid itself.
Yeah.
But Vulcan Raven, obviously, is still also the strangest character of that damn game for being what he is, and then being a toy in the second game. But I don't know. It's weird. It's a strange topic. Like, we live in a world where this has been talked about enough, and it's not happened. Let's let it go.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say that. I would agree with you 100%. Like, you know what? It's just better how we experienced it through the game systems.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And for, you hit it right on the money. Like, for the first one, Decoy Octopus, what the hell was that? Like, really all about? Like,
Yeah.
we were told like everybody was like unique, like special operations, Foxhound, like everybody, like Decoy Octopus. He was fucking master of disguise.
Yeah.
And I think like later on, like people have said that if they didn't kill off his character, he was gonna like disguise himself throughout the whole game and kind of like
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like that would have been kind of cool, but like it's still weird. It's like he was a weird character. Like he would like to be fully submersed. He needed like the person's like bodily fluids and their blood in his system as well. And I was like, dude, that is fucking creepy as shit. I was like, you're gonna like disguise yourself at this like as the DARPA chief, and you're gonna take his blood in you. First of all, I'd be like, dude, you shouldn't be transfusing people's blood in your body whatsoever. Like, yeah, all right, you're some like hard ass motherfucker who like disguises yourself, which we never hear from anybody. You never hear from it ever again. Not even like in the past games. It's like
we're saying it right now. If you are wearing the active camouflage, or if you're wearing the camouflage, you've injected yourself with Decoy Octopus blood. It's canon. We did it. It's terrible. But yeah, no, it is the largest gap in history. Maybe instead of Eli, they should have just put Eric and called Decoy Octopus fucking Eric for all I know, and just expanded his character.
Yeah.
Instead, Kojima probably really liked X-Men, really liked really liked those characters. He was like, I need a mystique in my game. And then here we are with terrible.
Oh man.
So what are some other questions you wanted to hit? Let's kind of maybe rapid fire this if we almost could. What are you playing right now? How about that?
What am I playing right now? I'm actually going through like all the games one by one now. For Metal Gear Solid.
Again. Wow.
I'm doing it all over again. That's what I was saying. Like for the first one, I haven't played it since 2001. So I recently played that, and it just like almost broke me. It's like, do I want to redo all these games all over again?
Right.
And then I kind of like shot myself in the foot, like going back into the Million Money's Discord. It's like they asked, "What's your game nomination?" So I kind of told Nick, like, I want Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yep.
To sort of like kind of like give me that nudge, like, yeah, you're gonna keep going and fucking like replay all these games all over again.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But other than that, it's like, if I'm playing other games, like, I'm trying to finish Unmetal.
Okay.
It's not successful, but like, all this other stuff. I'm playing like, what's recently come out. It's like, the Resident Evil games. Like I actually didn't like get a chance to like play the remake. So it's like Resident Evil, I remember playing the older games with the tank controls.
Right.
So it's like, getting the remake is like a refresher. And it's like, holy crap, like it is like, I'm actually enjoying it more now than I did then, like kind of situation. With 4, it's like, I haven't played it yet, but it's like, I remember playing it on the GameCube and I was like, it's not that bad. It's like, I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's like, I was one of those sickos that like played it on the Wii with the chainsaw controller.
Yeah, nice.
That made no sense.
That thing is
that fucking made no sense.
That is illogical.
So,
Yeah, man. Like I've replayed four, and I
mhm.
played four. Sorry, I played the remake of four, and I replayed
Yeah.
four probably a year or
Hmm.
so ago.
Yeah.
Like it hit a sale over Christmas on Xbox. It was like,
Hmm.
fuck, I've owned it on six other consoles. I might as well just have it on one more, right? Um, but I
Yeah.
went and played through it again. Not bad. Like it still holds
Hmm.
up. But if you're playing through the Resident Evil 1 remake, like the
Hmm.
GameCube remake,
Yeah.
give 2 a try. Like 2 always
Okay.
goes on sale,
Hmm.
but the remake of 2 is it feels so good. Like that is a
Yeah.
top tier game. Uh,
Mm.
they've they did all the modern concessions you want while still holding on to the run to this room, find this
Hmm.
key, come back, blah 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 blah. Somewhere in the middle is a save place, and then
Hmm.
there's like 12 lickers and 14 zombies. But you'll be fine. But yeah, like two solid.
Hmm.
I would probably still hold two remake above four,
Okay.
just because it was not only the first of the remakes, but it
Hmm.
was the first to add that control style, the
Hmm.
map system, man. Like um, you've got red or blue. So
Hmm.
red means you still have to explore. Blue means you've got everything out of it. That alone is a game changer in that style of game, right? So like you can go through everything in a room
Hmm.
or feel like you did somewhere in the corners of herb. Walk back in
Oh,
there,
okay.
pick it up, room goes blue, you're solid. Like it two is a perfect game.
Okay.
Two is one of those things that I would probably one of the few games, sorry, that I would say perfect game.
Okay. Yeah, no, because I was gonna say like I started two because like it's all these games are like being remade and like
Oh
re-released,
yeah.
and they some of them do go on sale, pretty good deals, and it's like I got like that bug where it's like, well, I played this game like a long time ago, like I kind of want to see like what did they do, and like you said too, it's like man, it's like it really like it made me enjoy going back into the Resident Evil
Yeah.
games kind of thing. And it's like I'm doing this thing where it's like I've played these games in the past and they're all like being like made for today. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
here's Doom and Doom Eternal. It's like I remember playing Doom on my PC and I
Right.
was like, whoa, what is this? Like, holy shit. It's like it's blowing my damn mind kind of thing. But for you, right on the money. For two, it's like I am not like, obviously you're supposed to be like somewhat terrified of Mr. X.
Right.
Because especially like now he can come after you like what was it, like in the main hallway for like,
Yeah.
the police station.
Yeah. The
Like
whole
it would
police station is free reign.
yeah. So it's like okay, like that's a little scary, but I also feel like confident because that control scheme is like it's for the modern games where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I got a little leg up here. It's like because back then it was like tank controls and it's like, holy shit, I gotta like it's gonna take me like 2 minutes to turn all the way to the right to like aim
Right.
my gun at this person kind
Yeah.
of thing. But you know, like I said like from before, like those are you know the games of the time. It's like I
Yeah.
enjoyed them, and
Yeah.
now they're being for not just for like the fans of the past, but like people for today, like who haven't played those games from before. This is their first introduction, so that's a great way to like get a hold of the old fan base and make a new fan base come together kind
Right.
of thing. And
Yeah.
that's what it's like. It should be for like almost all these franchises, which they all do.
Yeah.
They all come back and they're like, hey, old fans, we know you love this game, you're gonna come back to it. Hey, new fans, check this shit out. You haven't seen this before.
Yeah. If you want the fun
Mhm.
one, like I played through Resident Evil Remake. My
Yeah.
fucking son is playing through the Resident Evil Remake. So that's how
Yeah.
far we are now.
Yeah.
That I've got a child in this house playing through a remake of a game that I played
Yeah.
back then. Yeah, it's insane. Um, fun. Here's a fun one. What gaming magazines did you have to buy back in the day?
Oh. Yeah, you know what? I used to like be heavy on Electronic Gaming Monthly.
EGM, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say before they took away like the whole lettering, it was just like AGM. Before it was
Yep.
actually write the whole
yeah. Act, yes,
name out.
yes.
Game Pro was like it was okay. I noticed like towards the end of it, they cut a lot of shit and made it
Uh-huh.
really smaller and smaller. I was like, fuck that. I'm not paying for that.
Especially
And
when it went like $6.99 an issue.
oh yeah, that was like
Yeah,
that was a lot of money for like back then. Like
yeah.
For I mean, other than that, like I used to try to subscribe to like if I had a system for it, so it's like PlayStation Magazine because it came with
Right.
the demo disc, and I was like, yeah, cool. It's like I'm gonna be able to like check out these games that like they're trying to introduce to like people, like I thought that was like a really neat idea. Like nowadays,
Right.
like you could just download the demo straight from your system.
It's not the same. It doesn't
No,
feel the
you
same.
waited for
So,
that disc.
so do you remember the difference between PSM and OPM? So
Hmm.
PSM being the PlayStation Magazine, unofficial, but
Yeah.
didn't say it, and then you had OPM standing in for the official PlayStation Magazine. Man,
Hmm.
OPM was good because it had the discs,
Hmm.
but PSM always had always had like great art.
Yes.
Like a lot of the art, if I remember correctly, like used to go on the like Capcom or Street Fighter swimsuit like summer edition, but like they always had a great E3 issue.
Hmm.
Like they had 5 pages probably of E3, and then they'd have a little thumbnail, what we'd call a thumbnail these days, of like 150 games, a little snippet of them. Man, I
Yeah.
miss game magazines. I really do.
Right? Like now, I mean, obviously nowadays, like everything's funneled through like the internet and like social media.
Yeah.
But like, I miss those days. I miss those days where it's like, if I didn't subscribe to it, I would go to like the supermarket or to the bookstore and be like,
Yeah.
I need to find the new issue of such and such.
Yep.
And there was a lot of like creative things they did like for those magazines back then. Like check out the advertisements and the promotional artwork for like whatever game's coming out next. And here comes April. Oh, we're gonna like fuck with you and like mess you on this April Fool's
Yeah.
like
It's
joke
like an April
ideas.
Fool's
Which,
issue, man.
in the beginning when they started that, they didn't tell you it was April Fool's.
Yeah.
They were hoping you would like kind of pick up on it.
Right.
So like I would see like, holy shit, like GoldenEye, I can play all the bonds. Like let me fucking try that out. 10 minutes go by, I'm like that's fucking a lie.
Can't fucking
It's like
do that.
you
Yeah.
fucking got me. What the hell? But I feel like almost all the magazines had like an official, and then there was like an unofficial.
Yeah.
kind of
So,
thing.
yeah, like I don't know what the Nintendo or Xbox was, but there definitely was
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo Power, right?
Yeah.
And then it was obviously the same publishing company because there was the official Xbox magazine. But yeah,
Mhm.
man, like PSM, PlayStation Magazine, and OPM, official
Yep.
PlayStation Magazine, like I wanted them for two different reasons, right?
Mhm.
Like I wanted PSM because I wanted the art, I wanted the fun, right? Like I wanted to just enjoy reading a magazine. And then OPM, of course, I bought because I wanted the fucking demo discs.
Oh yeah.
But then I feel like even back then it was like once I realized the difference between the two, why do I want to buy the OPM magazine
Mhm.
for anything else? Because I know what's coming with it. You're gonna get this PlayStation game rocks. This PlayStation game's great. Like maybe, but let me just play it.
Yeah.
Let me play it and I'll figure it out myself. Yeah, man, I miss that era. Like what a time.
I know.
And then Game Informer tried to hold on, and then GameStop itself as a
Yeah,
company just kind of is garbage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what a time!
I would say like I don't really like GameStop very much. I did
No.
like the magazine, Game Informer.
Right, Game Informer was great.
Yeah. It was kind
but-
of like they kind of did a thing where it's like you can save a little bit by bundling like with like the card to get the issue, and I was like, I just
Right.
want the magazines. Can I just buy
Yeah.
the magazines?
Yeah,
It's like I don't want to come back in this store again.
yeah. Then you realize there's just a website, and it's like, bye. Never seen it again.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
Oh man, I had a good question that just faded away. What's your favorite moment? Let's say out of the main five. What's your favorite moment?
Oh, okay, here we go. Metal Gear Solid 2, where it's like, Solid Snake and Raiden like escaping, and Fortune like literally like comes in to kind of like stop them, and it's like you get that like you've seen like the the gifs and like the memes where it's like quickly Snake is like aiming right at her, snapping his like assault rifle, and you get like that moment where it's like she's coming here like she's after him, like you had that battle with her, but you weren't really the main target. She was looking for him. She was looking for Solid Snake. And for that moment, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna go down." I was like, "Are we gonna be a spectator to this? Like, do we join in on the fight? Like, what's gonna happen?"
Nope.
I know, but like the whole like badass moment where it's like, where like I think Solid Snake says something like, like if you're looking for death, like I'll bring it to you or something like that. It's like that combination of that and Solid Snake literally breaking his handcuffs to go after Liquid Ocelot in a Metal Gear Ray. Like just like this one guy is gonna jump into the water and swim after a Metal Gear. Like what the fuck? Like he's that super? I was like, I don't remember like seeing those kind of abilities before, but like let's go. Like I want to see that. Right. Which we didn't. And I was like, how like he put a tracker on that fucking thing? Like, well, did it stop at one moment? Like what happened? But just that moment between like interaction between him and Fortune. Like that was like that solidified me for the series basically.
Yeah, that's I think that plays against every expectation that anybody would ever have it to. I really do love the fucking ridiculous Konami code handshake. Like the Otacon Solid Snake solid.
Oh
like,
man.
That moment itself, like just even not knowing what that means, like what the Konami code is, just you get that bro love. You just get Otacon. You realize why Otacon lived and not Meryl in a moment. Like this friendship or this partnership came from you picking that ending. Like, that all led to this dumb ass handshake. But it is so fun to watch, right? Like it is so good.
I would say that part kind of gets you pumped, right?
It does.
Like, let's go. Like, let's go after this.
You're ready to go save some more people, and it's like, no, Otacon saved them all because he's like, probably a follow up to that would be the one that actually was just in the E3 trailers at the time. Is the Raiden and Vamp fight from 4? Like, just bang my action figures together, do dumb shit, do the twisty twist with the legs during the capoeira-esque thing. Like, give me that. Whatever. Yeah, this game series is special. I wish it would have continued. If there were a Mandela timeline, like, let it be one where Metal Gear continues, right? Like,
I know.
Let it be one where 5 isn't it. 5 was finished. 5 actually was wrapped up, and then it continued into 6. And man, I can't even tell you what I'd want 6 to be, but just let some of these characters live on, let some of them die out. I don't know, but there's a world out there where Metal Gear's not done, and I want to be in that world. Because ending with 5, man, it's too bad.
Yeah, and I don't buy the whole. Well, you're meant to feel empty.
Yeah, you're supposed to feel the.
You're supposed to feel empty. Like fuck you. Like
nah.
No, I don't think so. No,
you can't tell me that the man that wrote 4 and put a bow on every little thing really intended us for us to end with 5. Like, that man made sure to tie every open plot line together.
Exactly.
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear this. My cat's in the back. But just like intended to tie everything together and then leave 5 so open-ended. That's not the same guy.
No.
And even if I look at 2, where there's still a lot left open, I guess if you really chose to see it that way, like when I finished Metal Gear Solid 2, the last thing on my mind was, what's Big Boss doing? Because of course I never played those games, but it never, like, what's Daddy doing? No. So you can't tell me that that's the same guy that did 5 and called it good.
Yeah.
And if you could ever just put Kojima in a dark room and never turn on the light and say, how's 5 end? Like Batman, I'm sure he'd tell you. Like,
oh yeah,
he doesn't seem like that tough of a guy. I'm sure he'd probably break pretty easy. Just dark room, Batman voice. Where's it in? And then he'd probably be fine. So somebody do that? I don't know. But it's just, yeah. The phantom pain of the phantom pain is our consolation to ourselves, right? Like so. It's our way of just saying, this is how we wanted. It's fine.
I was gonna say, now that I think about it, are we the fans meant to be like Kaz? Where we're just embittered and angry and just want to kill everything?
They played us like a fucking fiddle.
So, oh man. That fucking game.
Yeah, and then we get Death Stranding, so...
Which is even weirder.
Who wins in the end? It's not us.
No. And then Death Stranding has like Metal Gear in it. Like
now,
bits
right?
and pieces.
God.
I mean, yeah, not the first one. The first one was like, it was like this weird fucking world. Like, what the fuck did I just walk into?
But when he came back for the PlayStation 5, he's like, you know what people really like? Metal Gear. They love it.
It's right in the damn trailer. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that?
And really, all that I was expecting at the beginning was just a solid Konami. Doot, doot, doot. But no, you get, and it's a strange time that we live in for Konami and Kojima.
Yeah. And I would say, like, you know, I'm not going to say, like, you know, I wish he would keep on making more games and, like, we should be on 7 right now. But it's like, it would have been nice to pass it down to, like, a newer person.
Right.
Like, what he was always meant to, like, what these freaking games were always about.
Yeah.
It literally tells you in the story. You're passing down all these, like, stories and information to the next generation. Well, who's the next guy? I would hate to be that fucking guy.
No, I would hate to be Jordan Vogt Roberts, man. Just Jordan Vogt Roberts.
That's true.
But yeah, that's probably also why nobody ever did it. Mm-hmm. Because every time you say it's Kojima's last, who's this guy that lives right in here? Mm-hmm. And who's the guy that lives right in here? But even with Peace Walker, or even when it comes to localization guide, everybody kind of seemed to have a hand in what our Metal Gear Solid was. Mm-hmm. You can't put that on one director.
No. And there's like so many people under the work. Like, I just feel like, you know, he's like managing all the talent and having his name on it because, like, you know, it live and dies with him. Like, if it's a success, great, you're awesome. If it's a failure, it's all your fault, kind of thing. Where it's like, but there's so many other people underneath. I would always say to myself, like, I wonder who the hell were those people?
Well, we're far and away. We're far and away from game studios of being like 25 people, right? Mm-hmm. Like, the Fox Engine wasn't made by one guy. Specifically. Yeah. Of course, the story of Metal Gear Solid in the beginning was made by Kojima, and then again, you take into other factors, but we're far away in the year 2023 from the auteur sense of development. And that's, I don't want to say it's a shame because it obviously keeps people employed and makes sure a vision can't belong to one person. But you can just, nowadays you can create a full thing that's complete and not be beholden to one developer or one game developer, right? Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, developer in the sense of a studio and game developer in the sense of a man. So we're beyond those days, and we suffer as fans, but we're never getting another one of these.
So enjoy.
Like, and that's maybe the pessimism behind all of it. Like, we're not going to get another one of these, no matter how much we wish. It's never going to be Kojima's Metal Gear. We'll get Kojima's Death Stranding, but we're never going to get what we wanted all along. And that's the real phantom pain.
I would say, Adam, where can the people reach you on the internet? And
oh, God.
Do you promote anything and everything you have?
Oof. I I've got a person who does a lot of the other work. If you want to follow me,
Mhm.
let's do Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Mr. Cropes,
Mhm.
Cropes. Any iteration of Mr. I'm sorry, I'm not consistent. If you want to follow me on PSN, it's Mr. Cropes. Mr. is spelled out with 2 R's, so that's very inconsistent. Um, the fun part about, let's see, the fun word about Cropes, anagram of the word corpse. Got it from a Hitman. So another fun game series everybody should play. But if you want to listen to more of my incoherent rambling and follow a Metal Gear Mondays alum, Adam and Sam with Disco. Sam writes there. He carries everything. He edits everything. He's a fucking angel. Catch us there. My rambling is much more coherent because we talk about life, liberty, and the pursuit of Panic at the Disco. So you can catch us there. It's on everything. I think that's really it. If you want to follow my Twitter, I'm sorry. Sometimes I give very shit takes about very good video games. Last time I attacked the Final Fantasy VII remake, so just go with it. Just sometimes good video games are bad, and they're bad 3 years after you play them. So hit there, say hi, follow. Don't punch me. We are hitting that time in the evening. Adam and Sam is a Disco. Sam Wright and I just talked about Panic at the Disco the entire time. We are slowly moving into our 3rd season. We just wrapped up the rankings for the 2nd season the other day. So come over there. Hit us. Listen. We have a poll that says who's dumber, Adam or Sam. Don't vote on Adam. Prove that you listened to this episode and go vote for Sam.
All right, Alma, thank you for coming on this podcast, and we're going to continue on and reconvene at a later date and time.
Part 2 with some other shenanigans.
Oh, hell yeah.